Be honest with yourself. Ordinary people piss you off. Their small talk, their empty lives, their obsession with meaningless routines, their blind obedience to systems that enslave them. Every time you're around them, you feel your soul scream. You feel the rage rise in your chest. You feel like you're suffocating. And you probably wondered, what's wrong with me? Why can't I just be like them? Why do I hate this world so much? The answer is simple. You were never ordinary. You were never meant to fit in. That's why you've always felt different. Ordinary people piss you off because you're not one of them. Ordinary people are dead inside. Look at them. They wake up, go to jobs they hate, complain about their bills, scroll their phones, and collapse into bed just to do it again tomorrow. They repeat the same patterns. They recycle the same conversations. They worship the same empty idols. And they call this life. But it's not life, it's death disguised as comfort. And when you're near it, you feel it. You feel the weight of it pressing down on your chest. You feel the falseness of it trying to suffocate your fire. That's why ordinary people piss you off, because you can smell death. And Catharsians are not here for death, they're here for fire. Ordinary people don't worship freedom, don't worship truth. They worship mediocrity. Obey the rules. Don't question anything. Stay in line. Be nice. Be quiet. Fit in. This is their holy script. And when you break it, they hate you. They gossip about you. They mock you. They label you. Why? Because your fire exposes their emptiness. Your rage exposes their cowardice. Your refusal to kneel exposes the fact that they have been kneeling their whole lives. That's why they piss you off, because you see through them, because you don't worship their false religion, because you were never meant to fit in. Join the Catharsians now on Patreon and reclaim your secret power. Every time you feel rage boil up in you when you're around ordinary people, don't suppress it. Don't apologize for it. Don't doubt it. It's not weakness. It's not a flaw. It's not something to fix. It's proof of life. It's your soul screaming, "This is not who I am. This is not where I belong. I am not ordinary." Your rage is the reminder that you were never meant to blend into this world of sleepwalkers. Your rage is the memory of ancient wars, divine fire, forgotten gods. Your rage is your compass back to yourself. That's why you've always felt different. That's why you've always been misunderstood. That's why you feel like you don't belong here, because you don't. Why do ordinary people always try to silence you? Why do they tell you to calm down? Why do they tell you to be realistic? Why do they tell you to stop dreaming, stop raging, stop being so intense? Because they fear you. They fear your rage. They fear your fire. They fear your refusal to kneel. Because if more people woke up like you, their system would collapse, their mediocrity would be exposed, their false gods would fall. So they shame you, they laugh at you, they isolate you. But you don't need them, you never did, because you were never one of them. That's why you need to download the free guide, 10 unmistakable signs you are not an ordinary soul. You'll see yourself in every page. Find it in the description box below. Ordinary people move in herds. They think the same, they speak the same, they believe the same lies, and they call it safety. They call it community. They call it normal. But you're not the herd. You are the fire. You were born to burn down falsehood. You were born to rage against lies. You were born to remind the world what freedom looks like and feels like. That's why you can't stand being around them. That's why the conversations bore you. That's why their routines disgust you. Because you are not the hurt, you are the fire. Do you see it yet? The Romans are not gone. The empire is not gone. It lives through the ordinary people who obey without question. It lives through the mediocrity they defend. It lives through the silence they worship. Ordinary people are the empire. And every time you feel rage against them, it's not random. It's your soul remembering. It's your soul awakening. It's your soul saying, I was never one of them. I was never ordinary. You were never ordinary. You were never meant to fit in. That's why you've always felt different. That's why you've been misunderstood. That's why ordinary people piss you off. Because their smallness exposes your greatness. Because their mediocrity exposes your fire. Their emptiness exposes your fullness. You don't belong with them. You never did. You belong with the raging souls, the Catharsians, who refuse to kneel, who refuse to bow, who refuse to forget. Let's be clear. The reason ordinary people piss you off is not because you're broken. It's not because you're angry for no reason. It's not because you can't get along. It's because you're awake in a world that is asleep. It's because you're alive in a world that is dead. It's because you are fire in a world that worship ashes. Your hatred is holy. Your rage is divine. Your rejection of the ordinary is proof that you were born for something greater. You know this is true. That's why you're still watching this. That's why your heart is pounding. That's why your rage is rising right now. This is not just another video. This is memory. This is recognition. This is awakening. Ordinary people piss you off because you are not ordinary. Ordinary people suffocate you because you are meant to breathe fire. Ordinary people bore you because you were meant to rage. You were never ordinary. You were never meant to fit in. That's why you've always felt different. The empire is still here, but so are you. And you are the proof that rage cannot be killed. Join the Catharsians on Patreon and awaken the fire inside you because the world doesn't need more ordinary people. The world needs you.